That's awesome. That's yeah, what about a plus 25 or 22 district, you know? Do you see? Do you see why this is important? I always urge chatters that have this level of like unimaginable pessimism to look at why people that they oppose and people that they despise, why are they locking in? Because they're always locking in, whether it be the Republicans or whether it be the establishment Democrats.
Voters in Tennessee have an opportunity to send the Trump administration a very strong message today. That's because there is a special election to fill a congressional seat in the Nashville area.
Let's go.
The president won this district a year ago by a very wide margin, but this race is very close after last month's elections. Nicole Valdez is with us from Nashville. Nicole, a lot of people watching this one. Good morning to you.
Gail, good morning. Republicans are making moves here in Tennessee, knowing that the result of this race could send a message not just to Washington, but to President Trump as Democrats try to flip a historically red seat.
This is absolutely critical.
In a deep red district of the volunteer state, there's an unlikely battle brewing over a special election in December. Two candidates vying to become the next member of Congress. Democratic State Representative Aftyn Behn is looking to keep the momentum going and give Democrats another win following the recent blue victories in November in states like New Jersey and Virginia.
We cannot accept more of the same.
While Republicans pull out all the stops to drum up support for first-time GOP candidate Matt Van Epps.
It's a critical election. We know that the majority in the House is a narrow margin.
Ahead of Election Day, Speaker Mike Johnson flew to Tennessee, hoping to energize Republican voters to get to the polls.
They think they can flip this seat from red to blue. That is not going to happen.
And President Trump got on the phone, making one final push for Van Epps as a sign of strength of the Republican Party in a special election.
I have to say, the whole world is watching. This is a big deal because right now we're like 3 votes up on the radical left, and this would be a wonderful victory for us.
Behn leaned on heavy hitters on the left, like former Vice President Al Gore and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Why do you think that you have a shot at winning in a district where President Trump won by 22 points?
The voters are tired. They're tired. I have routinely said throughout the campaign, I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what political party you belong to. If you are upset with the cost of living and the chaos of Washington, then I am your candidate.
Now, the campaign for the winning candidate will not end after tonight. They will have to run for re-election in the 2026 midterms. Tony?
Polls now open for Tennessee's 7th congressional district, the election that is such a special election. You've got political heavyweights coming in town from all
Low-key, the whole world is watching Tennessee. At least I am, from Ireland.
Across the country. It is typically a very deep red congressional district that is up for grabs. President Trump, for example, carried it by 22 points last year. But Democratic leaders have a real chance.
I don't think chatters understand. This would be... I can't think of a bigger upset than this, dude. Like, this would be an insane... Are we really focused on this? It's Tennessee, bro. The odds of her winning is slim to none. Yeah, I don't want to take any of that defeatist nonsense in here, okay?
They are rallying around Aftyn Behn, who has
I think
turned
she has
her
a shot
messaging to affordability and the skyrocketing cost of living. The race is close, so close that House Speaker Mike Johnson has been on the ground campaigning with the Republican candidate Matt Van Epps, and the president chimed in by phone. CNN Washington Bureau Chief David Chalian is breaking down what you should be watching in Tennessee today.
Sarah, as you noted, just over a year ago, Donald Trump won this district in Tennessee by 22 points. So why are we even talking about this?
Like, do you hear this? The very fact that the polls are showing her close at all is already insane, chat. You might as well quit. There is no greater indication that your popular mandate was nothing and it already fizzled out and it's completely dead than this, okay? That's it. Why are we supposed to be excited for Cinema 2.0? Take a week off. Where are you getting that from? Where? Where is this coming from? Cinema 2.0? Dude, I can't stand you, bro. I cannot stand you. Some of you are so brain poisoned. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. What does that mean? Kirsten Cinema 2.0 means that she's going to be a fake progressive and the most like the biggest burden to the progressive movement. She's going to become the most right-wing politician once she's in office. Race to the bottom, Twitter leftist posting. God damn it. I hate online leftists so much.
How could this be?
Get the collar. I do need it. I'm in Ireland. I don't have my shock collar with me, but some of you chatters do need it. Okay. Some of you chatters need to be put on a goddamn shock collar.
Competitive. Well, the reason both parties are spending millions of dollars on this race is because today's political climate and in an off-year special election can produce a very different electorate. And this is what we've seen throughout 2025, not just in the November elections in New Jersey and Virginia and New York City, but in special House elections like this one that took place in deep red territory. Democrats are significantly overperforming how Kamala Harris performed in these districts just a year ago. And that's in large part due to opposition to Donald Trump. So Democrats are hoping to ride that wave of enthusiasm and energy in these off-year, off-cycle elections in order to produce upsets. Now, if the Democrat Aftyn Behn were to win here, it would be a political earthquake. So this is still a very tough climb for Democrats. But even if it is within single digits, that is going to be a warning shot to Republicans as we prepare to turn the calendar to 2026 and the midterm elections, and they try to hang on to their House majority. I will also note one thing else, that if indeed the Democrat were to shock the world with a victory, that would take a potential vote away from Mike Johnson in his very narrow majority in the House. He's got 219 Republicans to lose.
How tone deaf to spend millions in the midst of a cost of living crisis. Am I right? What are you talking about? Like on the race? Is that what you mean? Guys, Aftyn Behn is a godsend for Tennessee. Okay? A literal godsend. No, they were referencing what the guy was saying, the anchor was saying in the video. They're not talking about me. I really can't stand to look at any kind of like positive improvement in any direction and instantly they're like, nope, here's why it sucks actually. You suck actually, dude. You suck. Stop sucking. Like, your analysis is shit if you make a comparison to Kyrsten Sinema. You basically have no heuristic, and your analysis is blonde woman also will betray. Like, Kyrsten Sinema took years to get to the awful position that she's in. You're just an annoying pessimist.
2 Republicans on any party line vote. He'd like one more for a little cushion, and that's what a Republican victory would deliver to the Speaker today.
David Chalian, you're the best. Thank you so much. Joining us right now, our Democratic strategist Megan Hayes and Republican strategist Doug Hyde, 2 of the best as well, not to diminish you guys, my friends. This also gives us the opportunity to play the latest round of our favorite game of big deal or no big deal. Let me set the table with this aspect when it comes to this race. Mike Johnson told reporters in Tennessee this: "We think what will happen here will be a bellwether for the midterms next year." And a month ago, he said this about Democratic wins in Virginia and New Jersey.
I don't think the loss last night was any reflection about Republicans at all. What happened last night was blue states and blue cities voted blue. We all saw that coming.
So it's not a bellwether at all.
That's awesome. That's, yeah, what about a plus 25 or 22 district, you know? Do you see why this is important? I always urge chatters that have this level of like unimaginable pessimism to look at why people that they oppose and people that they despise, why are they locking in? Because they're always locking in, whether it be the Republicans or whether it be the establishment Democrats, they're always locked the fuck in. You might not think this marginal improvement in living standards is consequential at all. You might think, oh, I'm going to make the perfect the enemy of the good. But establishment Democrats, by and large, do see a serious threat there. You are wholly incapable of foreseeing a better future. And I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm going to be honest. And if you're incapable of shutting the fuck up, though, about your pessimistic tendencies, because you saw yet another person who has like politics that are severely, like significantly closer to yours than any other Democrat that you've seen before. Okay? Then just, if you can't shut the fuck up, think about why the Republicans are losing their minds over it. Okay?
Big deal or no big deal, what's going to happen in Tennessee?
I think we need to figure out what happens first, and we'll find that out, I think, pretty quickly. tonight as the votes come in. As David is right, if this is in single digits, it's a big warning sign for Republicans moving.
Is blind optimism really the answer, though? Am I demonstrating blind optimism? Take a week off. Going forward, I'm going to treat motherfuckers who do this shit. Going forward, I'm going to treat motherfuckers who purposely misconstrue what I'm saying with 1 week bans. I hate it.
To the midterm elections. Special elections do not determine what happens a year later. We do overrate this. But if it is that close, it's going to be a big deal. And one of the things when you get to election day...
Bro, even if she doesn't... I mean, first of all, there is no cope. It sucks if she doesn't win. But the reality of the matter is, even if she didn't win, the very fact that she got that close, at least in the polls, like depending on what the final numbers look like, that is an insane change of attitude for a district that was designed specifically for Republicans that went to Donald Trump by plus 22 points. It's ridiculous.
Campaigns say to themselves, this is a true Republican or Democrat. Megan knows this, is you ask yourself, did we leave everything on the field? And my fear for Republicans on this one is they didn't. They didn't leave everything on the field. And I say that not about Mike Johnson and the NRCC. They have left everything on the field. But Donald Trump should have gone on the ground. Donald Trump used to love doing political rallies. I'm surprised he didn't do it here. We saw him phone it in.
Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? What is this conversation we're having? Donald Trump needs to do a rally for a special election in fucking Tennessee. Donald Trump needs to do a rally for a special election in fucking Tennessee in 2025 as the sitting president in a district that went to him by plus 22 points a year ago. If this is being entertained, that is the maximum red alert for your movement, for your administration. Do you understand how fucking insane that is? Like, that is a clear-cut indication that you are cooked. What's next, bro? He needs to go to Alabama? Like, what are we doing here? If a plus 22 Trump district is a contest that is so close that Trump needs to personally campaign, there is no district in the country that could not be lost. That's it.
That's exactly what he did. He phoned it in. If Donald Trump had gone on the ground in Tennessee and done a big rally for this, he would have been able to claim credit if Republicans win tonight about how he brought this race home. That, to me, is a surprise.
Megan literally phoned it in. Doug really means it. He literally was put on speakerphone yesterday. Megan, big deal or no big deal?
So I think the big deal is actually what's happening before anybody's even cast a vote for this. I think that we're even talking about it in a Trump plus 22 district is a huge deal for Democrats. And it also just shows that the Democrats have a chance to open up the map into places that they have not been able to do in a long time. People are tired of Donald Trump's policies. They're tired of Congress bending the knee to Donald Trump. And so they are looking for a different option here, whether it's a more liberal Democrat or a more conservative Democrat. We don't know. But I think that this just gives Democrats an option to expand.
That right there is the beautiful CNN spin, baby. Yeah. Hey, this person that is this person that is more progressive than the average California senator, okay, running for a special election in Tennessee 7, who is actually so close to victory in a Trump 22 plus 22 district. Who's to say if Americans want a more conservative Democrat or a more progressive one? I don't know. Maybe it feels like Americans actually do want a more progressive Democrat every fucking where. You just added that maybe they want a more progressive Democrat or a more conservative Democrat aspect because you can't fucking contend with the reality that your dog shit politics are dead. That is insane. That spin right there is the dumbest thing I've heard. It's almost as dumb. I was about to praise her for saying, like, yeah, no, this is a huge deal that it's even a race that's in contention. And then she had to pull that stunt. It's so clear what these guys are doing, okay? This person, Aftyn Behn, is more progressive than California Democrats, okay? She's more liberal than California Democrats. In fucking Tennessee. run outward socialists everywhere in the country. That's all I'm saying. It's going to suck really bad. Wins tomorrow or in a couple hours. It's going to suck really bad for Ezra Klein. As I said already, Matt Iglesias might end his life, okay? It's going to be really tough for those guys who are like, no, if in order to win in red districts, like, you have to be really fucking socially conservative. Like, you don't understand, okay? But for people like myself, this is proof in the fucking pudding. Of course I'm following this shit closely, okay? As much as I don't want the abundists to, engage in mass seppuku, okay? And I don't want that. I love my abundists, okay? I don't want them to feel really sad about this, but this will be a massive blow to that kind of commentary, to that kind of mentality. Oh, we have to have Joe Manchin in West Virginia be a consistent spoiler because otherwise we don't even get a Joe Manchin there at all. It's plus 30. It's Trump plus 30. And the beautiful part about this commentary is that even if she doesn't fucking win, which, I still think it doesn't matter. She must win, right? No more like, oh, we did a good job. Who cares? We go back to the drawing board. I mean, she has to win. But even if she didn't, the very fact that this is a close race, at least according to the polls, with that kind of politics, oh my God, it's already over for the fucking Matt Iglesias of the world.
A map into far beyond frontline districts.
Republicans are working hard to avoid an upset in a deep red congressional district. One the president carried by 22 points just last.
Yeah, also the fact that they're dumping so much money into this fucking special election in Tennessee. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, dude. It is ridiculous. This should not be a race at all. I'm not talking about a close race. I'm saying this is not a race, okay? This is Tennessee. This is a district specifically designed for a Republican victory in Tennessee, dude. That's not a race, let alone a close one. The fact that it is a race at all, the fact that it is even a race at all means that the method is tried, tested, and now true in red districts. That's it. And I already know all these motherfuckers are gonna be like, oh, this is the anti-Trump race. This is the anti-Trump victory. This is the anti-Trump method. Okay, we're talking about a red-ass district. One of the reddest districts in the fucking country. Plus 22 is pretty goddamn red. So how the fuck did that happen? Because if you're running up plus 22 in a Tennessee district, that if you're snapping back from a plus 22 Tennessee district with a progressive candidate, then establishment Democrats in safe blue districts should be doing 99% of the vote. I'm talking Bashar al-Assad numbers everywhere else, right? If you're seeing a 24, let's say 25, 24, 23 point swing in one fucking year, then what the hell are we doing? Then all of the former CIA officers should have won by Assad margins, should have been winning by Vladimir Putin numbers, especially in safer, bluer states, right? Or purpley states. They ran on "we're not Trump" campaigns and they won. So I'm willing to entertain the notion that the anti-Trump pick is a reliable way to beef up your candidacy, is a reliable way to win. But I'm gonna keep it $150 with you. I think there needs to be more. Per my teammate Hunter Woodall, a CBS News review finds at least $8 million is expected to be spent trying to win a Tennessee congressional district in a special election tonight. Trump approximately 22, plus 22 last year.
Tuesday, voters are voting somewhere, and today that somewhere is Tennessee's 7th congressional district. Republican Matt Van Epps and Democrat...
You're the only 10 I see, baby. Tennessee, I'm coming for you. I will go to Aftyn's district if she wins. Make it happen.
Aftyn Behn are competing in a special election for a seat held by former...
Someone said, is he at someone's house, chat? Yeah, mine. In Ireland, smile. But it doesn't look like a hotel room. It is a hotel. I want a Christmas tree in my hotel room. Neurodivergent. I'm in a very Catholic country right now. And yes, I am in a hotel room. Also, he said he'd moved to New York from Mamdani. Okay, calm down. I didn't say I'm going to live in Tennessee. I just said I'm going to go there. I'm moving in silence like a real G, like I'm lasagna, okay? One day I'm in China. One day I'm in Chengdu. The next day I'm in Hong Kong. The next day I'm in Los Angeles. And then the next day I'm in Dublin, all right? You can't anchor me down. You can't anchor me down. One day I might be in Tennessee. You won't even know. I might be in Chattanooga, chopping it up, talking about how beautiful it is to have public utilities, to have your internet service provider be controlled by the local government. You don't know. You don't know. I'm moving crazy style. I'm everywhere at all times. Yeah, every block, every corner, baby.
Representative Mark Green, who retired earlier this year, hoping to build on the momentum from last month's election's victories. Democrats see an opportunity to put up a strong challenge in this deep red district.
Great.
Republicans.
These captions are great.
Appear to be feeling the heat. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson traveled to Tennessee yesterday to campaign with Van Epps, and President Trump appeared at a tele-rally last night. Joining me now from Nashville, Tennessee is NBC's Mel Zanona, and of course Steve Kornacki is where else? At the big board. Mel, you're on the ground there in Tennessee. You spoke to the Democratic candidate in this race who's forced Republicans to step in and help defend this seat. What did she tell you?
Well, she knows this would be an upset and a long shot for her to win here in the heart of Trump country. But she believes the fact that it's even close and competitive shows how dissatisfied voters are with the cost of living and how dissatisfied they are with the current Trump administration. She has been running a campaign focused relentlessly on the cost of living as well as health care. And she thinks that even if she loses but is able to keep the race close, that should be a massive warning sign for Republicans ahead of the midterms, given this is a district that Trump carried by 22 points. Just watch what she told me.
And now it's within single digits. It is, once again, a testament to the fact that this administration hasn't delivered.
Do you think the electorate is ready to embrace someone who is not only Democratic, but perhaps more progressive than they've been used to in the past?
Yeah, I think so. I think voters in this district have given me a lot of grace, and I've definitely matured, activist, a private citizen, before I was a lawmaker. And as a state legislator, I represent 60,000 voters. As a next congresswoman for this district, I'll represent 700,000, of which, there's a lot of different varying political opinions.
Now, Republicans have tried to say that she is far too extreme for this district, and they have highlighted her past calls to defund the police. So I asked her whether she still maintains that position, but she largely dodged, saying it depends on what the community wants.
Interesting. So what is driving this momentum for the Democrats, Mel? Is it a continuation of the affordability message that we saw dominate last month's elections?
Ryan, one thing I've heard consistently from voters today is that they are concerned about the cost of living and that it is simply harder to pay their bills, to buy their groceries, and to put food on the table. That was a similar dynamic we did see in both Virginia and New Jersey during those governor races where Democrats did have big victories last month. And it is no different here in Nashville. Just watch.
Jobs. Mostly jobs, the high cost of food, gas, everything. Job, mainly.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's kind of the same no matter where you go, isn't it? That's just how it is. And it's not just in America and Tennessee either. This is literally like the entirety of the Western world. Everyone is saying the same damn thing.
It's not as easy for lower income, middle income people these days. So that's a big part of my concern. Things are getting very expensive. I am still able to make it. However, things are getting really, really expensive.
Hasan, I'm watching your stream. Why are you trying not to laugh, bro? That's disrespectful as shit, bro. What do you mean? I am. Oh, you're doing the I show speed thing. My bad. I am laughing. I'm laughing out loud.
And Trump, of course, is the one who ran on lowering costs for Americans, making life more affordable. But so far this year, at least, it's been Democrats who have successfully campaigned and capitalized on that very issue.
Okay. Melanie Zanona live in Nashville. Mel, thanks for that. Let's now go to the big board. And Steve, give us a reality check here. How are Democrats' chances looking in Tennessee? I mean, this would still be a massive upset, wouldn't it?
It would be a massive upset if they do win. But yes, there has been some polling here showing a close race. And again, the backdrop you heard there, Donald Trump, last year he won this district by 22 points. Now, 4 years earlier in 2020, when Trump lost the presidential election to Joe Biden, he still won this district, but it was only 15 points then. So, already that you hear that 22, but it's been closer than that before. And there have been some local contests in this area. A couple of them where Democrats have done even a little bit better than that. So where's the action going to be tonight as the results start to come in? I think one way to look at this is where we're talking about Middle Tennessee right here. About a quarter of the city of Nashville, that's Davidson County, is in this district. This is going to be one of the only, maybe the only blue spots you see on the map tonight, but it's going to be very blue. The question here is going to be, can Behn run up the score massively in the Democratic part of this district in Nashville and in Davidson County? A lot of rural areas here, ex-urban areas, where it's going to be very, very Republican red tonight. And I think sort of the swing.
Remember, the hope here is that Republicans just stay home. Tennessee chatters report from the ground. Is it snowing? I've heard that it has been snowing today. Is that true? Is there any veracity to the reports that it is snowing? No, it's not. It's cold, but not snowing. Fuck. Nope, it's cold as shit, though. Okay. That's good. Cold is good. Cold will keep some of the olds at home. Their bones are brittle. What is this Diddy blood doing on the calculator? Is blood Einstein? I hate this shit so much. The Diddy blood shit, I hate with my entire fucking heart, by the way. If you spam that kind of fucking copy pasta, I will ban you. I don't give a fuck. I don't know why. It's a major ick. Yeah, get the Jewish weather machines out. We need to fucking put a snowstorm up in this bitch. Specifically in the exurbs. Rain is proven 2x more impactful on turnout than snow. Good. Anyway, my point is for Aftyn to win, we know that those exurbs are going to stay red. It's just how many people actually go out and vote. Because if turnout is low in those deep red areas in the district, then Matt Van Epps is cooked.
Area of this district that I'm going to be looking at is right here.
How are we going to win over the younger voters if you keep yeeting them? Yeah, you can be a younger chatter, but if you do the fucking Diddy blood shit, it's just not, I don't know. I just don't find it funny at all. I think it's fucking insanely cringe. It's more cringe than saying 6-7 over and over again.
This is Montgomery County. This is where Clarksville is. This is the other major population center in the district. And I think, look, if Behn is going to have any chance of actually pulling off the upset and winning tonight, she probably needs to be winning in this county. There probably need to be 2 blue counties by the end of the night. That would be Davidson County, and then that would be Montgomery County if she's actually going to win this. So we'll see as the story unfolds tonight. But again, the backdrop for this, why this is even close, one thing we have been seeing in special elections this year, special congressional elections, Democrats have been overperforming relative to last year's presidential election. Take a look at this. In April, there was a pair of special congressional elections in Florida. Now, Republicans won both of them. They won both of them solidly, 15-point margin in one of them, 14 in the other. But this is what it had been in the 2024 presidential election. So from a 37-point Republican win in Florida's first district in 2024 down to 15 in the special election. That was a gain for the Democrats of 22 points. They didn't win it, but they made up a lot of ground. Look, from 30 to 14, Democrats made up 16 points in Florida's 6th district. We've seen this even where Democrats have won this year. They've won bigger than they did in 2024. Look at this district in Arizona. Kamala Harris had won it by 22. Democrats won it by 40 this year. They gained 18 points from a 34-point Democratic win in this Virginia district to 50 this year. That's a 16-point Democratic gain. So 22, 16, 18, 16. You see a pattern here. And again, this district where it was 22 points for Donald Trump, if Democrats are getting anywhere around that they've gotten elsewhere this year, then this does become a competitive single-digit race. Now, again, to erase all of 22 points, that might be a bit more of a stretch here, but it does speak to a political climate that we've seen in these special elections, that we saw in the New Jersey and Virginia results where Democrats, won unexpected landslides. And it does call to mind, this is back to Trump's first term here. We're going back to 2018 here. here. March 2018, there was a special election in Trump's first term, okay, where Donald Trump had a 41% approval rating. He had won the district by 20 points. And remember this name, Connor Lamb. Connor Lamb won the special election in that district that had voted for Trump by 20 points in March of 2018. That was a harbinger. That proved to be a harbinger for the blue wave that fall when Democrats gained 40 seats, flipped control of the House. Here we are now, December 2025. Remember, Trump's approval rating was 41 then. It's not too far off that now. It's 42.5.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Holy Toledo kind of cleaned house. He kind of stole Steve the Khaki Kornacki's lunch money. Aesthetically speaking, he is way goofier. Like, he's way more autistic, you know? Harry Emden. Like, I used to, when Harry Emden first came onto the scene, I was like, you're not fucking Steve Kornacki. Stop trying to be Steve. And Harry basically heard our cries that he was not Steve Kornacki and said, Holy Toledo, let me tell you what I will be doing with my newsboy voice, my transatlantic accent, and my weird weird speech patterns and the way I call out years. Like where he says 1,934 instead of 1934. He won us over. He won our hearts. He Holy Toledo'd our way. He Holy Toledo'd his way into our hearts. Kornacki is the OG, but Holy Toledo is the newcomer. Harry Emden.
Has been edging down this fall. We're in a district that's only a little bit more Republican than that Pennsylvania one is. So again, that is the backdrop. Democrats would love, obviously, to actually win this tonight and to be able to do what Connor Lamb did in 2018. If not, they want to keep it close. They want to say it's another sign of Republican weakness. Republicans, they don't just want to win. They want to win by double digits tonight. They want to put up a solid win and say, hey, for all that talk about the close race, for that poll you saw showing a close race, they want to be able to say, hey, that attack on Behn as too far left, it actually worked and it could work next year.
Okay, Steve Kornacki, thank you. And if
oh, man, I'm fucking stoked on this, dude.
Last year, the race is so close, House Speaker Mike.
Yes, Chatter is correct. If Aftyn Behn pulls this is the holiest of all Toledos, okay? This will be the holiest of Toledos yet.
Johnson has been on the ground campaigning with Republican Matt Van Epps, president, for a phone call.
The whole world is watching. This is a big deal because right now we're like 3 votes up on the radical left, and this would be a wonderful victory for us. It'll be really a positive sign.
Joining me now to discuss, Emily Cochran, domestic correspondent for the New York Times. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So first I want to talk about the attention on this special election. We, like politics, we're always covering every little race here and there, thinking that they mean something for the national conversation. But what is special about this special election?
It's the last special election of 2025, so I think a lot of people are looking for any kind of tea leaves ahead of the midterms next year. But as you said, it's unusual for Tennessee to get this level of attention, and I think both Republicans and Democrats are taking advantage of all of those national eyes.
I just think this is huge because, like, this is something that I've said time and time again. I said it when I was at the DSA National Convention, that there is a lot of potential in these forgotten areas for left candidates to actually organize and develop ground game with less money than it would take in a nationally prominent race. Democrats have no turnout machine in a lot of these places. They've just completely stopped even trying to win these races. So you don't have to go through the like double victory process of first securing your primary victory because you're going up against like an establishment machine there, and then on top of that try to defeat like a very difficult Republican candidate. This is a perfect opportunity. And Aftyn is a DSA endorsed candidate. Motherfucker, I'm the one who told you that. Yeah, I never said that before. Thank you, Chatter, for educating me.
All of those national dollars as well.
So Speaker Johnson, we mentioned, has been campaigning hard, and he was asked if this is basically these other elections, a kind of warning sign this year.
Anyway, she's not a socialist as far as I understand. She's not. Just, let's make that clear. But she is far, far more radical than what a normal Democrat would look like running on that race, running for that seat. Calling her radical is insane. She's not. I'm saying in comparison to the type of Democrat that the Democratic Party would run on a district like this, she basically might as well be a jihadist, okay? Do you not understand? Democrats would never, ever in a million years, if you were to suggest this at like a DCCC meeting, they would literally kill you, okay? They would fire you and then they would shoot you out of a fucking cannon. Hey, we want a DSA endorsed, no AIPAC donation, anti-Israel candidate who is openly feminist and openly socially progressive. 22 red district in Tennessee. Democrats would be like, get the fuck out of here. No, what we need is actually an Amy McGrath style, like Air Force veteran who's going to talk about how many children she might have lasered with a F-16, to talk about how she's the real patriot and how she's going to be the real anti-migrant candidate. That's what the Democrats do.
Republicans, especially in a district that Trump won by so much. And here's what he told reporters there.
Is this a warning sign for the GOP that you are barnstorming the state the first day back from...
Yeah, Democrats are looking at Aftyn Behn going, I don't understand. When we heard her name was Aftyn Behn and we saw what she looked like, we thought she was going to be racist. Why the fuck is she not racist? Does she not want to win this race? Be more racist now. Talk about how you were in the CIA or something. What the fuck are you doing, Aftyn Behn?
Giving recess in a state that went 20 points for Trump, and you have to be here campaigning so hard.
No, ma'am, I did this all last year. He just happens to be the only race in the country right now, so he got my full attention. But we're delighted to be here to campaign for somebody who is so highly qualified.
Yeah, well, Mike Johnson is a real popular figure, so I'm sure you're really boosting his profile here, Mike. Everybody loves Mike Johnson.
And we're very much looking forward to having him join us.
What's going on with this race? How close is it? And is Van Epps in a position where he needs his support?
I think Van Epps wouldn't say no to any kind of support from Mike Johnson or President Trump. He got the endorsement from President Trump before he even made it out of the Republican primary. I do think, considering how successful Republicans have been in this district, which was drawn to favor a Republican candidate, it is making some Republicans nervous. That the couple of polls that we have seen show it to be closer than they would expect. And I think for Democrats who are still very frustrated about how a Nashville-based seat was cut up into these three other districts, I think for Democrats, it's giving them a jolt of energy. It's proving, they hope, that they can either do an upset or that they can close the margins and have people believe that it's viable to be a Democrat in the South.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so many people look at Tennessee and see a very red state, the presidential elections. Are there progressives, liberals, Democrats there who are hoping for more attention? How do you see that?
Yes, Chatter. I'm in your grandma's house. We're fucking. Okay? You say goofy ad chair. I blew your grandma's back out on this goofy ad chair. Okay? Yeah, me and your grandmother are having sex. Sexual intercourse. And not just on this goofy ass chair, but on that goofy ass sofa too. Mima's loving it. She told me she never threw it back for Papa like that. My grandmother's dead? Yeah, because the dick was too good. Sorry, she nutted too hard. Why do you always have to be so crass? Come on, man. You've been in here for 19 months. This is what I do.
Absolutely. Since the redistricting, there's just been a deep frustration. And I think State Representative Aftyn Behn, who is from probably one of the more liberal corners of an already blue city, she's tapped into some of that frustration and some of that enthusiasm to prove that if Nashville and some other more more liberal, more blue parts of the district, if they rally behind a candidate,
I'm
they
eating
can
Nutella biscuits,
beat a Republican.
and this
It
shit's
is
bomb.
still favored for Republicans. This district stretches from the Kentucky border to the Alabama border. It goes through a lot of rural counties. It goes through parts of Williamson County, which is a Republican power center at this point. So everyone here knows that it's a tough race for a Democrat to beat, but it's certainly tighter than folks were expecting.
That's Emily Cochran of the New York Times. Thanks so much.